Hey kids! What a warm reception. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
I'm Ben, he's Rich, we're Canucks With Guitars. We're going to turn this slightly so we're both on here.
There we go.
There we go.
That's a bit more like
I'm going to tilt it back just a hair or two. It's all fine till you go live, folks. There we go. Just a skosh. Oh man, what a week we've had. What's going on in the world? August is definitely over.
Yes.
After our... Whoa! That almost went down the back of my shirt. That would have been awesome. Saved by a ponytail, folks. Saved by a ponytail. So, I'm going to bring up the old chat here, and while I'm doing that... Let's see, just to gloss over, which we're going to go on covering tonight. We have a guitar show we went to. We had a roundtable hangout. We have guitar mods. We have a contest to announce the winner thereof. There. Let's see, who do we have in the chat? Let's pause that. Alright, starting at the top, we have brother R2R3 Lockingnut.
Hey.
Fender Guru.
Hello.
Jim Guidry. Terry's GG&G.
Hey there.
Amanda Coombs. Hey, sis.
Hey.
Mr. BHB, did we mention him?
We did not mention the guy that may or may not, in fact, be Bruce. Because we hadn't got to him yet.
Joining him, we have John Parson.
Hello.
We have Jimmy T.
Salutations.
We have Absolute Mayhem.
Greetings.
We have Dave R.
Hello, Dave R.
Iron Bassist.
Hello, Iron Bassist. I like that name.
Guitar Hack.
Hello.
Scott Nickerson. He says, just want to say good luck. Yeah, he figured he was going to miss tonight. So we're going to get to the contest pretty soon here. Poo Ninja is here.
Hey, welcome back. Your name's still awesome.
Todd Flowers.
Hello there.
Fred Langer.
Hello.
And that seems to be everybody that's agreed to say hello and greetings and salutations. Each and one of you. Well, let's see, we got 19 watching. We're going to wait just a minute or two, see if a few more people jump in before we announce the contest winner, which has just jumped up to 20. We have 8 thumbs ups. We really like to see that up to 10. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see, Craig is here. Craig Tullius. Excuse me. So, we had quite the little guitar show on Saturday.
You know what? Being this small little rinky-dink town that
1,800 residents, maybe?
Is it that much? I would have thought less.
On a weekend, maybe?
Alright, I'll take that. When all the commuters are home. But yeah, it's very, very small little rural town just on the main highway from myself here. About 10 minutes.
Yeah. In
It's
a
the next
2-sheet
stop on the
curling
road.
rink.
Yeah. In a curling rink.
What's more Canadian?
This is why people stereotype us. But yes, we had the guitar show in a curling rink. There was no bond spiel going on.
Nope, no bond spiels.
Just strictly
No, hurry hard!
Just
none of that action.
Strictly guitar show. And yeah, it was actually really, really cool. It was well worth $5 to get in, just mill around, check out some stuff.
Just to touch.
I would say there was a half dozen really, really awesome pieces, and then
like half a dozen crown jewels.
Maybe another like 10 kind of mediocre cool pieces.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of crap.
Yeah.
And then our local Gibson dealer, Mom and Pop's Gibson dealer, had their whole big kaboom set up at the whole back of the shop, and
there's Eddie Van Haskell.
Well, I guess not new because Gibson just announced the 2019.
Yeah,
lineup
so he
the
was
other
trying
day,
to get rid of his 2018.
So they had all the 2018 lineup, pretty much the entire spectrum, other than the ultra unaffordable stuff.
Yeah.
All kind of set up. And I tried a couple things.
Yeah.
Couple
Actually, you made the
couple
video.
very
If
pleasing
you didn't see the
incidents.
video, at one point you hear some noodling, and then I pan over and see
Oh.
you noodling away. And,
All right, I guess there's video evidence of me noodling. So
on
there
an
we are.
SG, I believe.
Oh, all right.
Like
yeah,
along the
that'd
front
have been,
row
that'd
there.
have been still early in the morning before Dave even
Yeah,
got there.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there's thrash metal
I
and
like
fun
my
riffs.
SG better, so.
Buddy Holly. Or Buddy Howley.
But yeah, it was super cool. There was some really unexpectedly groovy pieces there.
Mhm.
One in particular, which if you follow us on the Facebook page, you are very aware of the guitar I'm talking to. We're gonna show it in a second here for those
Yeah.
who don't follow us on the
There's
Facebook.
a
but
couple of Gretches I liked, and I almost walked out with
There's
that.
a couple
Epiphone.
country gentlemen.
Well, there was one country gentleman, and the other one's just their bass.
Oh,
Same thing that Potter has.
6120. All right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought they were both
Yeah,
country.
it's basically the same thing Potter has.
But yeah, but the pumpkin orange, big old Gretsch hollow one is very sexy.
John Purse says Rich sure does know how to noodle.
Well, what can I say?
No, you're not in timeout yet, thrash metal.
But yeah, very groovy. And why don't we get into showing off a couple of those?
All right. Well, if yeah, because in approximately 3.5 minutes we
Oh,
will
geez.
announce the contest winner.
There's my pick by. All right, so
The queen of the
start
show.
Yeah, we'll start with the queen.
The belle of the ball.
Because I mean, you leave people in anticipation for too long, and you get antsy, right?
Hey, Sean Silas tuned in. Hey, Sean.
Hey,
Good
how's it going?
dude.
I just installed one of your pots.
After the guitar show, we installed your pot in my 85 Kramer. Works awesome. Love it.
Very
Everyone,
smooth.
check
I
out what
like it.
Sean's doing.
All right, so yeah, you were right on the air.
Yeah. So,
So
you tuned in at the right time, buddy.
we'll just. There we go. We'll start with it zoomed in there for
Even
you.
though it's backwards.
Even though it's backwards, we'll give you a second so you can read that price tag backwards and kind of formulate and do all the calculations.
And that's in
required to flip
Canadian
it over.
dollars.
So that's in Canadian dollars. That's 42,000. If it's just not that legible for you, $42,000 guitar at this sweet little small town guitar show. And what was it? Well, it was a 1956 Stratocaster. An actual, like, legit, no foolies.
I touched it.
Let's see if I can turn that brightness down and see if that improves things.
I will say they weren't letting people play
that
it.
didn't improve things at all. That actually made things worse.
Yeah, they weren't. They wouldn't really let you play it, but I did. I was able to touch the upper horn.
Ben very cheekily reached over and poked it, and the guy just smirked. Yeah. I just stood there oogling at it. I couldn't bring up the moxie to actually touch it. I literally couldn't. I stood there. I was like, touch it, damn it. Just touch it. Just the tip. And I couldn't bring myself to do it. But yeah, so it's a 56 Stratocaster. There's something you don't see every day. All original other than the fact it had a refret sometime in the early 1990s.
Which bound to happen.
Which, if it's a player's guitar, as you can tell by the neck.
Oh, I'd
it
say
is.
no. It was a deal, Dave R.
And beautiful. With original tweed case and...
Yeah, because that thing would
Yeah.
be that you're looking at roughly 33, 35 US, and that thing would sell for 40 US easily.
Yeah, beautiful instrument. Absolutely beautiful instrument. And then the same guy there had a 1960 Gretsch. Right there.
Now that I wanted bad.
That was a very beautiful guitar. The picture really doesn't do it justice. To see the maple top on that was just, it's ridiculously beautiful guitar. Then he had this, which I thought was super awesome at first until Ben started poking holes in it, and then I realized, I'm like, oh. So it is a 1965 Telecaster in a beautiful, beautiful sonic blue with hand-tooled, ornate, flowery kind of floral pattern, bizarre kind of leather pickguard there. Very cool, I thought. My dream Telecaster, if ever there was one, except I ripped that weird pickguard off and put on tortoiseshell guard. And then Ben starts poking holes in it. Like, hold on. That's a kit piece, and that's a kit piece. And hold on, the only thing original here is the neck. It's a
Oh no, the bridge plate. Not the bridge, but the bridge plate.
The bridge plate.
The pickup, the bridge pickup look.
No, the pickups were pickup wizard pickups.
Oh yeah, that's
he
right.
Even said that.
Yeah.
So it was
But they were distressed looking pickups.
Yeah, it was
That's
an aftermarket, pre-distressed sonic blue body attached to an original Fender neck and bridge plate. And he was marketing it as a 65 Telecaster.
And on that note,
It's kind of bold.
we're now 10 minutes in. We have 27, because it was 28 people watching. 16 thumbs up. We're back up to 28. Let's announce our contest winner. For what?
All right.
What do we win?
What did we win, folks? Wow.
Courtesy of Scott Nickerson. Oh, I'm not going to go back that far for the photo. Of MXR Super Badass Distortion.
Congratulations to...
I'm going to double check to see how many people are in the contest. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people entered. One of these times 2. We have we've upgraded, folks. We're not just drawing out of a hat. We have
we've eliminated the hat.
We have a random number generator app.
I assure you, it's more than just a white screen.
Yeah. Here, let's turn the brightness down all the way.
Yeah. So it's just like Powerball now.
All right.
Woo!
So how many?
We're the next best thing.
Here we go,
you're
folks.
You're not going to win millions or anything, but...
Da-da-da-da! Apparently, he who shares first just won themselves a pedal.
Number 1! And who was number 1?
Oh, now I gotta check the notes. Oh, wait. We don't have to do that.
Oh!
Casper
put me out of a job.
Out of the UK.
Congratulations.
We have our first overseas winner, folks.
Congratulations. Now we get a rough idea what shipping things internationally cost.
Yeah. Poor Scott Nickerson, because he said he'd cover the shipping, but I think we'll kick in on that.
I do like the canned laugh track. That's going to improve things drastically.
Yeah. As opposed to,
that's always necessary.
Yeah, that's if we accidentally say a word we're not supposed to say.
Well, congratulations to my winner. I hope you enjoy your MXR Badass Distortion.
Yes.
It's chock full of badassness. It even says badass on it, so...
Yes.
How do
Hey,
you question that?
Jeff Replinger, good to see you. Awesome. I'm just going to scroll up. I saw a question here earlier. A64 T-Bird, hello. She says, hey, they say, hey guys, I have a question. What's your opinion about turning an amplifier on without plugging the guitar in? Does it do any damage?
You know, this is a very good question.
If it's a combo amp, you're fine. If it's a head, though, make sure the speaker cab is plugged in because you want to load on the output. Input.
Now you see, I've heard both schools of thought on this, and I'm not exactly sure where I stand. I'm superstitious about things.
Hey, Pete.
I have heard people say that, especially with tube amps, like obviously solid state amps, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever. You can run whatever kind of mismatched, oddball, kookamimi rigs you want to do with a solid state amp. But with tube amps, they're weird, fickle creatures, right? But yes, I have heard from reliable sources that it is not good. It's not like it's bad for, but it's not good practice to leave a tube amp running without a lead plugged into it. Like, even if it's just a stumpy, like, pedal cable or something like that, just have something plugged into the input. I can't remember the exact electrical witchcraft he used to explain it, but it seemed really logical and sound at the time. And he is an electrician and works on electronics components and stuff.
Sean's got to run. See you, Sean.
Sorry.
Of course, I'm a little behind, so he's probably already left. But
yeah, so it's... But I've also heard other people who debate it, and it's just like, there's absolutely no problem. Like, it's voodoo and witchcraft. Like, it doesn't affect the amps at all. That said, I'm superstitious about amps.
You know,
it only recently, within the last year or so, I finally got won over on the argument about a standby switch actually being completely redundant. Because I argued for years, and I was like, no. I've talked to people that have said. And then I actually had it boiled down to me one time by somebody who was really heavy into electronics, into their stuff. And they explained it in very layman terms that I could actually understand. I'm like, oh. And then he just summarized the whole thing. He's like, basically, like, Fender had this cockamamie idea, and then it actually shouldn't have left any further than the R&D phase because it really was kind of a redundant feature.
Thank you, Terry. I'll check that out.
Because Jim Marshall copied Fender's circuit for the Bassman, and he just included this redundant feature, and then it just became a commonly accepted thing after that you have to have this standby switch. Except for some reason Vox didn't have one, and these amps weren't exploding. So, well, some of the late 60s AC30s were in fact exploding, but for the most part, they weren't actually exploding for lacking a standby switch.
Standby switches for doing maintenance.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm superstitious about certain things, and one of them that I am superstitious about is having some sort of a lead plugged into an amp. I don't like letting an amp idle without a cable plugged in. That being said, is it actually doing any harm? I can personally tell you. I'm sorry.
Hey, Danny Alexander.
There are better resources, but my rule of thumb is just leave something plugged in.
We should do a follow-up on the contest. Casper. Send an email at the email down below, canuckswithguitars@gmail.com, to send me your shipping information, and then I will get you all squared away with Scott. Once again, thank you, Scott Nickerson, for making that happen.
Yes, thank you very much for that contribution. We really appreciate when some kicks in with generous
Guitar
offer
hack
like that.
comments. Ben tried the Outlaw pedal earlier. Love it. Yeah, it's cool. It's a Marshall in a little box, in a real little box. Let's see. Probably grounded systems. People saying hey to each other. Yes, you were talking about that. Thrash Metal watched his old man play this weekend. Played everything from Adele to Janis. On a 64 maroon Gibson bass he bought in 68, added a humbucker pickups in 74.
That's rad.
With apparently like 15-year-old strings he likes to brag about. Which I said, dude, buy your dad some strings. Oh, he doesn't need them. Yeah, you do. God. Even Larry's once a year thing is starting to... He's due. I can hear it. The tone has changed.
He's due.
Yeah. Flat wounds. Doesn't matter. Corrosion's corrosion. Lack of tone is lack of tone. You can dial out tone, but you can't dial in what's not there. Just saying. Oh, we got new people jumping in. Hey, Paul. My amp, let's see, has been cracking for a few seconds after flipping the standby switch. Any ideas? Still some dirt in the circuit. Do that with the switch a bunch of times.
Spray some contact cleaner in it.
If it still does it. Yeah. Usually just doing that. I've been avoiding the contact cleaner.
You can usually dislodge.
Yeah. It's usually just dirty. Also, just make sure your power connections are all
Yeah,
fine.
make sure everything's
The
sound.
power cord itself is seated in the wall outlet as well as the other end. Just if you can see it, make sure it's not like chafing on some metal or something.
Those would be the easy starting points to check.
Possibly, yeah. Wonky preamp tube. You can do that.
Yeah, and then that's
The
where
first tube.
if it doesn't wind up being something like that, that's when you start getting into further diagnosis.
R2's off for family time. Have
Take
to run,
it easy,
everyone.
Cap. Have a good night, brother.
Rock on, bro. Give me a text tomorrow. Since he's still off work. He worked one day this week, the holiday.
That's rough.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was off last week,
feeling
too.
it.
That's hence the shredder videos and such. Man, that guy can melt some faces. If you haven't checked out R2R3 Lockingnut's channel, check it out. Got 31 people watching and 23 thumbs ups. Awesome sauce.
Rad.
Let's see. Let's go to the notes. Let's see. Hey, channel sponsors.
Yes.
Let's start with our friendly neighborhood retailers.
Arden's Music.
That's right. 3 brick and mortars and a web store. Check them out, ardensmusic.com.
Yes, they've got all the big brands, all the good stuff, everything you want.
Which brings us
Fantastic prices.
to the other channel sponsor.
Renofin.ca. Renofin Custom Guitars out of Victoria, British Columbia. Fantastic guitars. Check them out. Go check out the website. Check out the awesome
So
stuff
this
he
should
builds.
be darkening my doorstep possibly a week from today.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Here you go,
Yeah,
folks.
that's
Here's the
groovy.
latest progress photo on the build.
That's groovy.
So that is a Honduran mahogany body, maple neck, vintage size stainless steel frets. It's got an American Telly bridge on it because he couldn't source out the bridge that was to his spec, so he ripped the one off his American Telly for me. Yeah, and he's doing he's hand winding a couple of P90s for it. It's gonna be awesome.
Very groovy.
And yeah, possibly a week away.
Very, very groovy.
So happy. So happy. Let's bring up the chat. Any questions? Ask away. Any questions that you have, folks? I see a lot of talking in amongst yourselves. That's awesome. Let's see here. The price of bass strings would go down if you'd change them more often, more than once a century. Exactly. Supply and demand, right? Manufacturing costs go down as they mass produce. Change your strings.
Bass players. You guys don't like buying
Talking
strings.
with Jags.
I mean, I don't blame you. Your strings are expensive, but God, you sure don't like buying them.
That's right, progress. Because we're Canadian. It's not progress. Progress. Thoughts on Super Kraken, Metal, Crunch, and Clean? Not released yet, but videos out since NAMM.
First off, when I hear the word super kraken, I automatically think of South Oshawa. Super kraken, something that goes on down there.
Now,
on,
is
like,
that
check day? And
A
all.
Victory amp, I believe?
But yeah, no.
Because
sorry.
I know Victory had the Kraken, so if it's a Super Kraken...
Oh, that kraken. All right, I got
Hey,
it.
Showman. Good to see you, buddy.
That kraken, kraken with a K. Yeah. Brad. I have no idea. I'm not aware of a super kraken, other than the aforementioned super kraken, and that's just.
You're preaching to kind of a
That's a
dead
bad
crowd
Super
there,
Kraken.
thrash metal.
Hmm.
Oh, he's all about Canadian thrash, doom, death metal stuff. I'm like, not really our scene. There's a few
Yeah.
people that enjoy. I listen to some metal, but
we have it. Especially a lot of bands out of Quebec, like a lot of thrash and doom bands. That scene.
64 T-Bird says, Ben, I want a 66 Telly. It's a 64 reissue, closer to it than. Wait, let's see here. 66 Telly. It's a 64 reissue, closer to it than a 72 original. Yes. Because the 66 was the first full-on CBS, but they still had all of Leo's employees still building them Leo's way. A lot of stock was still Leo style, so a 66 and a 64 would be much closer than, say, a 72, because by 72, that was the pivotal year where they changed a ton of crap. That's when the Telly Deluxe hit the market.
Mm-hmm.
They started bringing out a lot of thin line stuff. They changed the necks to the 3-bolt neck. People will say 70s, and I was like, no, my 71 has a 4-bolt neck. Yeah, they really changed. Like 71 is the end of the early CBS 1.0, where they're trying to do business as usual, but slowly failing. Yeah. Telly Custom hit the market in 72, yeah. Hey, Frank Okerin. Good to see you, buddy.
Hello.
See, I'm missing everyone coming in, but I see everyone, like, because there's 4 or 5 hellos, because it's a community. So if I see a blanket hello, I assume somebody just got here. Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, I would go with a 64 reissue would be much closer to 60. So I have to ask, why is 66? What makes you want to have a 66 Telly? Nothing that's anything wrong with it. In fact, did I not see Wildwood had a 66 reissue done as well, thin skin. You know, where they shoot it with a very thin nitro?
Yeah, like skim coat it.
Yeah. Nice.
Very groovy. Kind of my bag. I like it.
Love a good CBS era Telly custom, Dave R says. Oh yeah. You know, like people will poo-poo on the CBS stuff because it's not the pre-CBS stuff.
But
it's also not the early 80s stuff either. And let's just... They're all unique. They're all unique.
It's Larry's infamous quote about CBS Fenders is, I think, most accurate.
Yeah.
CBS Fenders fell into three categories.
Yeah.
Acceptable, really bad, really good. And when they were really bad, they were really bad. And when they were really good, they were really good. And that's what he always says about his P-Bass, is he happened to get a really good one.
Yeah.
Because he's played others from the
See,
same
that's
year.
the funny...
And
We were discussing that on a chat the other night, talking about gigging with vintage gear. And everyone's like, oh, no, you can't gig with your vintage gear. And I was like... The amount of times, like, I'll pull out my 71. Larry's playing...
Babcock pulls out a 67 P-Bass.
No, that's not a 67. 74?
No, 72.
72.
Yeah.
72 P-Bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we, whatever.
Yeah.
And the funny part is, nowadays, folks, most people think it's a Pawn Shop Series relic reissue anyways. Oh, he wouldn't be playing a CBS era. Yeah. Yeah. And then Larry likes to flip over his P-Bass and show how he sanded all the finish off the back. Like, you can't do that to a white P-Bass. And he's like, well, it was a black P-Bass before it was a white P-Bass, so... It's a tool, folks. It's a tool.
Yeah. And the dude who refinished it white for him begged him to let him just stain it natural. He's like, let me just put a clear coat on it now. He's like, this is nice. Such a nice chunk of wood.
Yeah.
He goes, it's so good. And he goes, I don't want to paint it. He's like, well, I want it white. So paint it white. Yeah, but you don't understand, Babs. Like, this bass has got to be, like, natural and just clear coated.
It's a beautiful wood.
I don't like the look of a natural bass. Paint it white. I don't care. He's like, oh, come on, man.
No, granted, that thing, due to his ability to smoke for years on stage.
No, it's no longer a white P bass.
It's the most beautiful buttercream.
Yeah, it's
gorgeous.
Tapioca.
Yeah, tapioca.
Yeah,
because it's darker than my 71, but not as dark as my 67. Because my 67's getting almost mustardy at this point.
Yeah.
Yet they were both the same color originally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a nice bass.
Hey guys.
If it wasn't for the fact he's too lazy to bring it to practice, I'd tell him to leave it here sometime. We'd show it off on the show, but...
Okay, Poo Ninja. He's heading out. See ya.
He uses my Squire jazz.
We're not supposed to say that.
What?
Because it's got a rosewood fretboard.
The word got out. Well, haha, too. Nuts to you, Babcock.
Mr. I exclusively play maple fretboarded P basses.
Babcock. Yeah, no, he's too lazy to bring his bass.
Well, I remember when
he doesn't even bring it in. He literally just like shows up with a couple bottles of water and a can of Coke. He's like,
yeah.
But he's Babs. You're not gonna find a better bass player.
Let's see, 64 T-Bird. Hey guys, thoughts on a 66 Jag? I know the scale's different. I'm scared to go with the Jaguar because it seems a little smaller. I found they played a little bigger for me.
No, the Jaguars are small. The Jazz Masters are bigger.
Oh, right.
Jaguars are a little bit smaller than the Strat scale. Not quite as small as a Mustang scale, but...
And how much was what? 64 T-Bird?
66 Jag. I've played a 66 Jaguar before. An Olympic
That's
white.
Larry with 1R, mayhem. 1R and Larry.
An Olympic white one with a tortoise pickguard. And, yeah, a guy I went to high school with had it. I have no idea how he wound up coming into the possession of a 66 Jaguar as a teenager, but he did, and he had one. It was an awesome guitar. And he played, like, sludgy doom metal in, like, drop C on it. And I always just thought it was such a crying waste of this damn Jaguar.
Ooh, there's a
He
nice
still has
question.
it to this day. Actually, it's a beautiful axe. If
Oh,
you're
there we go.
if you've got, especially if you've got like large scale instruments, switching over to it can feel weird. Like I used to find switching from my 335 to my Jagmaster would drive me insane, just because it just felt so bunched up. Especially like 'cause I was using Jazzmaster or a 335, and they're both pretty long scale instruments. And you switch to the Jagmaster, and it's got a Jaguar body and the short, or the Jazzmaster body, but a short scaled Jaguar neck. And
Hey, Mitch.
it never sat right with me, that guitar. I loved it, but it just anytime I played it, I was like, oh, this feels scrunchy and weird. But if you get playing it for a while,
It's
and
a
you're
Coombs
not,
thing,
and you're
sis.
not playing other guitars that are like with a giant scale, it feels fine. Like you get used to it.
And honestly, I don't have any experience with offsets for the most part. I've noodled on his offsets over the years. I did the review of the one Jazzmaster there, which people are still watching all the time. Thank you, folks.
I'm personally more of a Jazzmaster guy than a Jaguar guy. I used to be a Jaguar guy when I was a teenager until I actually got the chance to play a bunch of Jaguars and Jazzmasters.
I never really gave him
I
much.
very quickly realized I didn't actually like the Jaguar, despite the fact that it had the cooler sounding name.
Yeah.
And the fact Kurt Cobain played one, because I was a Nirvana fan. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I want a Jaguar someday. And then I played one, and I'm like, yeah, they're kind of a piece of crap.
See, I got turned off offsets before they came back because there was when I started playing, you couldn't buy an offset. Well, you could in a pawn shop for a few grand. And for those who don't know, my dad is very anti post-secondary education and being a musician. Like he didn't like those musicians that had the college degree in their back pocket. You know, I'm thinking of an alternative band out of Halifax, per se.
Yeah.
You know, playing their offsets, you know, when they first broke the scene. And we'd be watching City Limits on Much Music. And he's like, I don't know how these guys can play, like, because, you know, every video was in black and white, and they'd be standing there with their offset, hanging amongst their, below their waist.
Mustangs and Jaguars and Jazz.
And the music doesn't start because there's always like 10 seconds of dead air. And he's like, why do these people play these things? You can't play them. They don't stay in tune, blah, blah. And he goes on a rant for about 8 seconds. Takes a breath, music starts, and then he goes, oh, I get it. They should stay in the garage. Because it's just this jangly out of tune. You know, it'd be like Sonic Youth or Sloan. Or,
Yeah.
And he's just like, this is absolute garbage. I'm like, well, Dad, you're into Buddy Holly. You know, like, this is just loud, noisy Buddy Holly. He goes, but they could tune first. I'm like, well, you try, but you said those guitars aren't playable. And
You can't tune a Jaguar.
yeah.
The old ones.
So,
The
and
new
they didn't
stuff,
reissue
yeah.
them until, what, mid-90s?
Oh, yeah, like when I was coming up, like, it was...
A big deal that they came back.
No, even before that. I'm just saying, it was, you know, pretty grail if you found...
Well, and that's how Dad knew all
or a
the
Jazz
college
Master.
grads, because they could all afford an offset too, right?
Well, they used to be the pawn shop guitar. You used to be able to walk into the pawn shop, like, and I'm talking, like, this would have been, like...
Yeah.
Say, the late 80s, possibly as far as, like, maybe 90, 91. Not that I know this, I'm just going from reference. And
Well, I was hitting the pawn shops at that time.
and you'd walk in and be Strat, like $600. Beside that, you'd have like Jaguar, $350. He's like, well, I want a Fender.
No.
Like, but I can't afford the Strat.
See, that was the thing. They were always $800-900 in the pawn shops because they're all pre-CBS.
Up here.
Yeah.
I'm saying the States.
Well, States, yeah, different.
They're
We do have an actual question here as well. Wow, thank you for the questions tonight, guys. And we have 26 watching still, 27 thumbs ups. Awesome. So, Jeff Ripplinger asks, what amps do you both use live and why? I use...
Ironically, we use pretty much the exact same amp live.
Yeah.
And for the exact same reasons, but I'll let Ben give his side of it first.
I have a few amps in my collection currently, but my main one I've had the longest. It is a Fender Blues Deluxe reissue. The cleanest of that line of amps, which would be what? The DeVille, the Blues Deluxe, the Hot Rod,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. You know, there's like 4 or 5 in the range. Various gain stages throughout. All similar, but not quite the same. Mine's the cleanest, essentially. I dig it. Clean, lots of headroom, and it's got beautiful Fender reverb. Yourself, sir?
I use a Fender DeVille. They still the exact same thing, 40 watts. I run it into a 112 cab because my DeVille used to be a 410 DeVille at one point in time. And I chopped it into a head and cab, and I've since parted with the cab. And it's now running into a Fender... What the hell is it? A Fender Deluxe 112 cab with the Celestion 7080 in it. And
Yes, he slipped to the dark side. He's playing through a 12-inch speaker again.
yeah. If I could find a nice 210 cab, but they're so bloody hard to find, and when you do find them, they're ridiculously expensive. Or they're ridiculously undersized, and it's just, there's no winning trying to get a 210 cab unless you're spending a bunch of money, and I don't want to spend a bunch of money on a 210 cab.
Yeah.
Because I can get 410 cabs for cheaper,
I
but then
will
I get
say,
back in the dilemma of carrying a
If
410
I'm
cab.
going to take out just an amp, and I was thinking about this possibly for the Celebration of Life show,
Yeah.
just taking the B52 and then a Soul Food as a lead boost. Because it's got a beautiful breakup for my style of playing. That B52 BA112,
Yes.
60 watt, got off him.
Yeah.
I love it. But it's up for sale if you're interested.
Yeah, and both of us for the exact same reason. It's a good, clean amp that you can run fairly. You don't have any concerns about clipping out your headroom on it. They're great pedal platforms because they're not the most colored amps. Like, they've got a pretty neutral tone to them. Well, they're kind of dark, but... Or overly bright.
Mine's very bright.
depending.
Yeah. But then again, mine's bright, and then I turn on the bright channel. Or the bright function. Brighter.
I, on the other hand, just use the
Searing.
number 2 input. And
You use the number 2 input?
I do use the number 2
I don't.
input.
I don't know if I've ever used the number 2. The only time I ever used the number 2 input on an
I
amp
use
is when the one
number
didn't
2
work.
input because when my boost hits the front end on the number 1, it drives the hell out of it in
Really?
all the
I
wrong
never
ways.
bothered checking to see a difference in tone between the two.
I use number 2 on the... Well, I use number 2 on the Marshall because it is a totally different channel.
Mm-hmm.
But I can say on most amps I'll run into number 2 just because I find like I don't like overly overdriving the front end of an amp.
I should check that. I'll go from one to the other, A/B it, and see.
Yeah, just I found the LPB. It just get this really gross,
Right.
kind of fizzy overtones to it.
64 T-Bird. I don't know what the price was on the 66 Telly on Wildwood. I don't pay attention to prices because I can't afford that stuff. I just watch them to watch Greg Cox playing. I'll be honest. Greg Cox reviewing a Telly. I'm going to learn some licks and drool a bit. What's up, Doc? Looking for an all-in-one only guitar. 5 to 800 range recommendations. What's up? All right. What is your denomination? Are we talking U.S. or Canadian? As we are a Canadian show.
Mm-hmm. And secondly, what is your most common played type of music? I know you're looking for something all around, but
Yeah.
there's a kind of particular
Yeah. What are you going to lean into
leaping
more than
point
others?
to go from genre-wise. Basically, what it comes down to is whether I'm going to pick single coils or humbuckers.
Poo Ninja says a Gem Junior for 500 US.
It's not the most all-around guitar.
Yeah, no.
Good
Damn.
guitar.
Yeah, Mike Kramer is damn versatile, but I wouldn't go for that because not everybody wants a Floyd Rose.
Yeah.
Telly.
I'm going to say, yeah.
Or Telly with a humbucker in the neck. Which
I was going to say the HH Telly with the coil tapping isn't a bad option. I believe you can get into a Paul Reed Smith SE for around
Hey,
that
David
price.
Ennis. He's gone anyways.
You're definitely well in the range
He had to leave.
of some of the stuff from the Ernie Ball's Sterling line there.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Dave R says the high has less headroom, the low has higher headroom generally. Okay, good to know.
There we go.
Who does number 2 work for? Apparently boost pedals.
Ba-dum-bum! Ah, beautiful. Who was that?
Poo Ninja. Todd Flower says Greg Cox also.
I almost cussed there, but I'm liking this guy more and more. Keep coming back, Boo Ninja.
Ernie Ball makes great stuff. Guitar Hack says, yeah. Telly Nashville. Todd
Yeah.
Flower says, yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. The Nashville Telly was the nicer version of my modern player.
Yeah, it was
Telly.
the modern player, but like the
The
made in America version as
Yeah.
opposed to made in China. You know what? Yeah, I think that's going to be exceeding that price point though. Like that's up into the 1,200 ballpark or more, is it
Yeah.
not?
What's that, sorry?
I said the Nashville's up closer to 1,200, at least Canadian anyway.
Oh, no, more than that.
Yeah,
Because if it was built in Mexico, it would cost that.
it is in Mexico. No. Yeah, they make a Mexican
Oh, do
in
they?
Nashville.
Because last I heard, they discontinued the Nashville a couple years ago.
Oh, well, I'm not saying they still make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that
64 T-Bird. I don't know if this is a... Alright, we'll go for it. Hey guys, do you think it's wrong that Fender produces reissue amps but use all modern parts? Isn't it a false bill of sale? Kind of like bamboozling the customer. If it's a reissue that isn't all a circuit board, for instance, like if it's a total circuit board job, yeah, that's cheating. Now, usually the reissue reflects the tone stack of the amplifier, not so much the components within the amp. It's the voicing of the amp.
The build quality is still there.
Yeah.
You're not getting a totally circuit boarded amp.
Yeah.
You're getting a reissue twin or something. Like it's going to be a point-to-point wired.
Yeah,
Like,
which if you want point-to-point anyways, I wouldn't be buying an off-the-shelf corporate amp anyways.
realistically,
Like I'm not buying a Marshall, I'm not buying an Orange, I'm not buying a Fender,
No, if
I'm not buying a Vox.
If you're gonna get a point-to-point wired amp, get like the small Bluetooth filters,
Like
point-to-point
a
wired
Freedom or
amp.
something.
But no,
Right, Dave?
as far as it being false advertising, no. It's like, yeah.
No, they call it a reissue and not a replica.
Yes, if they're saying that it's a replica.
Hey, Guitar Girl.
I would be expecting to find out that they found like a couple boxes of old stock parts. And we're like, hey, we found enough parts to build 20 Fender Twins out of the original parts we used back in the day. We're going to charge $1.5 million in your kidney for them.
Well, there we are. Apparently they do make Fender Deluxe Nashville Telly 800 at AMS, which is American Music Supply.
Shoot, there you go.
Perfect. And it's a Telly.
It's versatile. It's a telly. It covers every bass you could really need, and it's going to cover them pretty well. They're very.
Yeah,
very
you're gonna
good
pay
machine.
for the hand. Yeah, the
It's the Swiss
for
Army
hand
knife
wire.
of guitars. Like it.
yeah.
Other than it doesn't have a doodle whack bar, so you can't be all woo woo woo.
A wiggle bar.
So
Yeah.
So if you play a bunch of music where you need the doodle whack bar, you might want to look into getting a different guitar. But if you don't, if hardtail's your thing, that's
Yeah. Like if you want,
that's going to
if
be
you
pretty
need,
hard to beat.
If
as
you need a
Swiss Army
full-on
knife.
wiggle bar and you only use the bridge pickup, just buy an EVH Stripe Series. Bumblebee, I'd recommend.
But yeah,
Or a
it's,
Telly. See, it's one or the other. Telly, Stripe Series.
It's going to be
There's
hard
no
to
in
beat,
between,
really,
folks.
for a Swiss Army knife guitar. Like it'll cover all the bases very nicely.
Now, I had heard in the rumor mill that Guitar Girl is under the weather. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible. Terrible news. Perk up, you. Healthy up now.
Bigsby knockoff. No, you gotta have a real Bigsby.
No, don't get a crummy Bigsby knockoff
Yeah.
for Pete's
As
sake.
much as you hear some of the shredder crowd say, like the cheaper Floyds are absolute garbage. No! At least they somewhat...
At least they function.
They function somewhat.
function.
Yeah, a cheap
Bigsby's
Bigsby
are a recipe
won't
for
work.
disaster.
You
They're
can't...
bad.
If you look at it sideways.
They're bad.
Like if you give it that dirty look out of the corner of your eye while
It's
you're
one
playing...
of those things,
Oh,
kind
dude.
of like buying syrup or ketchup. You've got to buy a name brand. The no-name stuff just isn't going to cut it. And the no-name Bigsby just
My
doesn't
sister's
cut it.
back as well.
And
Welcome back, sis.
I don't have any sort of particular allegiance to Paul Bigsby's products, but it's one of those things you can't cheap out.
Let's see. Thoughts on...
Well, you can. It'll just be terrible.
Thrash
You'll
Metal
be
says, thoughts
disappointed
on
in
the
what
Chinese headless NK color crayon colored reviews floating around trying to make them look and sound good. Never heard of them.
Everything about that sounds unappealing from the moment you said no head.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he says,
No, I
hello,
haven't seen anything.
play
about
with a
them.
V, all day V action? No. Well, if I did, it's going to be a Gibson V.
I think V's are a novelty guitar to me. I don't.
And besides, we showed off a V last
I can't take them seriously. They're cool. They're awesome. They're like totally rad and out there. And I get like the diggableness. I don't know. It's like what you picture, like the guy
Todd
in the
says he has
cartoon
one on
with the
his pillow.
giant like purple laser bandana, like goat glasses, and the lime green mohawk, and he's got like his buddy with the big earring and the keytar, and the buddy whips out like a V, and he's like, "We're going through temple portal time." I'm not a big V fan.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
his
saw
avatar's a V, but then again, it's thrash metal and fun riffs. Thrash metal, you play a V.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a V. I don't have any complaints about them. I'm not going to sit here and gripe about them. Other than that Jackson, I could. You saw if you watched our episode live from Martin's, I had to get like kung fu grip going on.
Well, you just have to play it in the classical position.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to hold the damn thing. It kept like shooting out. It was like trying to hold a bloody salmon. Like,
see, that's the funny
get
part.
back here.
The pointiest of all pointy, and all you do is play classical on it anyways, because you think so many, thrash solos back in the day was all classical scale, in classical modes.
Yeah, it's
Standing in the classical position.
Yeah,
I'm not into classical.
And I don't know. It's ultra pointy too. But
if you want Ben to put Richard,
if he's your thing,
type 1 in the chat.
Rock on.
We don't have a tickle trunk here. My tickle trunk's at home. Because that's what I call my utility case that we carry all the bits and bobs in.
Mm-hmm.
That started many years ago. Pooh Ninja says you can tune I'm not saying that word on here, crappy. If you don't mind, I'm not going to exactly quote you. You can tune a crappy Floyd cheap Bigsby as a trade-in. But then again, Todd Flower says he's got an imitation Bigsby on his thin line telly, and it's fine. That's because you have the power of the telly helping it.
The telly's compelling it.
Let the telly compel.
Yeah, I'm not saying like every no-name Bigsby is not going to work. It's just...
Yes, the Joe Bonamassa Amos V is very nice. Yeah, well, it's a ratio of a nice 50s V.
Mm.
Yeah, that is. Well, Todd says must be it. Yeah, it's the power of the telly compels it to be awesome. All right, let's go back to the notes. Oh, yeah. So I was looking at the numbers on the channel.
Yeah.
One, we passed 30,000 views last week. Woo! We also passed 400 subscribers last week.
Woo!
We have subscribers in 30 countries around this globe because it's not flat. So I want to thank each and every... of course, we thank all of our fellow Canucks. Topping the charts was the U.S. As far as watching us, followed by Canada. And then right in behind, kind of all in a group, was England, Australia, and Germany.
Deutschland!
Yeah. But yeah, 30 countries. It's crazy. We appreciate it, definitely. We did that.
Really?
What else?
Hello, everyone all around the world.
Oh yeah, we should mention.
Thanks for joining the insanity.
We've got links down below for Canucks With Guitars merch. All kinds of cool stuff. Check it out.
From pillowcases to coffee mugs to little onesies for your children to bandanas for your dogs.
Everything.
Canucks With Guitars.
That's right. We also have a GoFundMe to help us get to NAMM.
Yes, that'd be really good.
We're about halfway there. It's sitting kind of stagnant at the moment. We also have a PayPal if you don't want to do with the service charges and stuff of GoFundMe. Because GoFundMe does like to take a little. PayPal takes a lot less. So if you want to help us out with the channel, I've been investing in some hard-earned dollars in infrastructure. I got a 100-foot Ethernet cable for the house at home. So I'll no longer be wireless for our hangouts. So hopefully this coming Sunday will look a little better because I'll be a hardwired connection. Unfortunately, it's not 1 billion degrees outside, so I don't have to run cable in 100-degree heat. High humidity, no less.
Whoa!
Also, are you into collecting pedals like I am? I'm getting kind of stagnant in my tone. I want to change things up, so most of my pedals are available for trade and sale, folks. So hit me up. Link down below. CanucksWithGuitars@gmail.com. Or if we're friends on Facebook, message me. I'm as much interested, especially if you want stuff off my pedal board. I'm more interested in trades because, like, I had an inquiry about my phaser, and I actually used my phaser during our show. So I'll need to pick up another phaser if I get rid of that one. So, and fast, because I'll have to order it because, wow, that sounds like I'm slagging Sean. I've owned every phaser that Sean's carried in the place, so yeah. Sean understands too. I've exhausted his resources of pedal lines.
A phasing.
Yep. So even though I'll end up going back to a phase 90
You
again.
should see if you can get the giant Fender pedals still. Like
Oh, yeah.
old stock or something.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can check into that.
Because that Fender phaser from that series was a really, 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 really great phaser.
We do want to mention. I do want to mention a downer today. One of my heroes in life passed away, Mr. Burt Reynolds. I know he's
Burt.
not a musician, but Burt Reynolds, the bandit. You know,
The Burt.
man. So yeah, rest in peace, Burt. I definitely want to. I made a note there for that. Huge influence on me. Like God, the moment I saw him, I wanted a mustache. That's for sure. Red shirt, unbuttoned down here, chest hair. Oh yeah. 32 watching, 28 thumbs up. So if you haven't already, leave a thumbs up just for Bert.
The Burt.
Yep. I'm going to scroll up because I missed a ton of stuff here. Oh, is Lando in here? Good to see you, Lando. There he is.
Hello.
Good to see you, buddy. I have a real Bigsby on my Gretsch, and my thin line hangs right in there with it. Todd says. Awesome. You got a... Wait, you got a Gretsch with a Bigsby and a Telly with a Bigsby. Dude.
Nice.
That's so cool. Let's see here. Us Aussies are everywhere. Pete says, yeah. Flat Earthers, yeah, okay. Jimmy says, guys, can you do an Aussie accent and not insult you? Oh, I don't know. That's on the spot because I'm trying to think of a phrase other than like, g'day, mate. You know, but come on. Cheers. That's it. That's all I got. Fender Guru.
I'm watching Canucks With Guitars, mate.
Ooh, maybe we'll have to do one of Lando's swap things there that he does. JJ Collins, good to see you. What'd you miss? Everything, dude. Everything. Casper Boo won a MXR Super Badass Distortion.
Yep.
Amanda asked, do I get a family discount? Yeah, we can talk. Just start tapping. I'm not tapping. We're not tapping tonight. I was tapping earlier. I was doing some... I figured out a way. I was playing with such high gain. I was tapping and I ran out of fretboard and I was still able to tap out harmonics over the pickups. Oh, there's going to be a video on that, folks. If I can replicate that again. Because it was just, yeah, you throw that in. That's just for to mess with R2 because I know he's not watching live. Yeah, I was playing the Kramer with super high gain. Well, 6505 with Kramer. Yeah, just how. Played an Ibanez phaser back in the day. That'd be cool. Jimmy T, don't ask that. Nobody does Aussie well. Pizza.
Flying pan.
Tapping is out. No. No, don't tap Ben or you get sick.
Ba-dum-bum.
Let's see. Hey, Jason Wade made it. Boo. Jason, you didn't win, buddy. Sorry.
Hello, hello.
Let's see. David Ennis says, Ben Karma got here today using the 7 Plus iPhone right now. Awesome. Yeah, for those who don't know, David offered up a cell phone to Johnny Beane. And just because, you know, it's there, he's not using it, sends that off to Johnny, and it's like within 48 hours he was offered a better phone for free. He's like, that's karma. I'm like, that's karma. That's legit karma.
Yep.
Let's see here. Jimmy says I'm not sensitive. That was about the time we probably did the Aussie accents. Yeah, safe travels, Jason. He's out in Utah right now.
Yeah.
Hoping to get back to North Carolina soon.
Safe
You got a thumbs up on your Aussie accent, apparently, from Jimmy T.
Alright, well, there.
Not so much me. I understand. T-Top Firebird, yeah. Pete said, Rich, good effort.
Thank you.
Well, in fact, we got a couple of Aussies and a Kiwi watching. See, and the Kiwi's just sitting back laughing at listening to a couple of Canucks try to do an Aussie accent.
Well, yeah.
Let's see here. Tiny Dancer. The guitar player from Firehouse has an old video out on YouTube about playing above the pickup. Oh yeah. If you look at my 67, the last 4 frets are all worn down because my dad used to actually strum up around the fretboard.
I
Get an awesome tone.
used to strum like at the bottom of the fretboard when I first started playing, and like one of the only things that my guitar teacher ever actually like really scolded me and gave me trouble for was doing that. He's like, it's fine now, and he goes, but one day you're gonna play electric guitar and it's not gonna sound so good. And I was like, oh no, the whole goal here is to get myself an electric guitar, so I better start strumming back here.
Jeff Ripperlinger, no. He says, I agree, both of you sing us a shanty. I already sang and posted a shanty today. Not doing that again. So, I did love Henning's reply or comment on said video. He said it was absolutely terrible and that he loved it. Henning, if you're watching the replay, thanks. See, we don't know where Henning is. I know it's late where he is, but it's like almost 3 a.m. But he could be watching us with his morning coffee. I don't know why he would.
It's very, very early morning coffee.
No, on replay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think yours was okay, but real quick, mate. Yeah. Always put another shrimp on the Barbie. Yeah, see, I can't even say it. Yeah, see, I don't... That sounds racist when you say put another shrimp on the Barbie. It's like asking if the dingo took your baby. I'm not doing that.
Oh.
You call that a knife? Nah, come on. We're not doing that. No plans for any live shows for now. Just getting back into
never
school
hear
year
of any
routine first.
activist groups forming up to stop
Yes,
Australian stereotypes?
Lando, when you get back to going live, let me know. Because I'd like to... everyone should give Lando a sub if you haven't already. He puts up tons of awesome videos. And once he's back into the routine, we'll be going live again. And he lives in the nation's capital. Or as he called it on Sunday night when he tuned in, from the world's capital. Sure. Kiwis are Aussies by default, the extreme eastern state. Ooh. You said that, Pete. I didn't say that. I did not say... Hey, Mark Taylor's here. Which has an awesome avatar of Ace Frehley.
Very groovy.
Oh, like Jiminy.
JC Smith, good to see you, buddy. It's been a while. Hey, Deputy Marshal. Yeah. I was going to mention that. Yeah, I'm glad he's digging that Deputy Marshal. I'm digging that Bad Horse. Alright. I think I'm caught up. There we are. How are we doing on time? Alright, we're coming in on an hour. Wanted to cover as well. We showed off your new guitar last week. However, not only did he install a Sean Silas signature Bourne's Audio volume pot in my Kramer, in one breath, and no cursing.
No cursing, yeah, no cursing. Burned my elbow even on the soldering iron. Managed to get through that cuss free, so that's always an impressive day, especially for me.
Okay, cool. Jason Wade's going to send me a picture of something he picked up, I think.
Yeah, the pot was really smooth, really groovy. It's a really nice volume pot. It makes the volume not on.
Oh, no way,
Or if you turn
dude.
it the other way,
You didn't. You got
makes the
that?
volume- Wow!
You got that, buddy?
That's hot.
You just got a Wolfgang.
SH exclamation mark T.
Can I,
Wow.
Jason, can I show this off? Well, look on the chat there if I can show it off. Please say yes. Please say yes. But if you
That's-
say no, hey, Guitar Hack. Yep. All right.
Yep.
So Jason Wade just picked this up.
That's awesome.
Sorry for the reflection, folks.
Very
There we go.
rad. Very rad.
See, I dig it in the if you're gonna have an Ibanez, get it neon
Get
yellow.
it in the gaudiest color you can.
Yes.
Get it in, just walk in and whatever the most extreme finish they have, get it.
Hey, old man Dan.
That looks, that's awesome, man. The yellow and the pink, it's just rad. I love it.
JJ asked, late
Absolutely
80s,
love
Jim. Get the guitar in plaid. I'd play a plaid guitar.
I'd play plaid.
Blue Cicero used to have plaid guitars.
Yes. They were made by Samick.
Yep.
Dweezil also had a model in that lineup. They were not plaid. They were
Also a Samick?
blue with a
Yeah.
They were blue with a racing stripe, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Blue Sarah, I can't even say his damn name. He had the plaid ones. That was in the very first
See, we got
guitar world I
distracted.
ever had that.
See, we get
advertisement.
distracted by
But
pretty
anyways,
things.
yes. So we replaced the volume pot in Ben's Kramer. It went through smoothly and fantastically.
Yep.
I got to humming and hawing because I was thinking about a guitar that I had that I've been thinking about putting new pickups into because I wasn't entirely pleased with the pickups in it.
Yep.
And then I was kind of sold on putting a set of Filtertrons in it. I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to put Filtertrons in it. That's gonna make it work. And then I was like, you know what might make it work better though? It's a set of P90s. And then I got myself really convinced that the way to go was a set of P90s. So I'm like gearing myself up and doing shopping and crunching numbers. And then I think about it, I'm like, I've got a $250 set of P90s sitting in a 12 string over there. They barely get used. So 2 guitars went up onto the bench and the P90s came out of the 12 string and went into this guitar. And one of the pickups out of this guitar went into the 12 string, along with the pickup that was originally in the neck position of this guitar, but wasn't in the neck position when I bought it. It was just in the case.
Ding.
So the guitar is playing at the beginning of the show, my beloved AF-75 in the limited edition.
There you go,
blue.
Guitar Girl.
Somebody asked him, what's that he was playing? So yeah, that's what I was playing at the beginning of the show, noodling around on. And it now has P90s in it, and I gotta tell you, this guitar is awesome. I always loved it, but this is it. Like, this is fantastic. You did unbeatably fantastic. You are not going to find a better, crunchier, nicer hollow body sound without having to step up into the big bucks territory. It's fantastic. I liked it with the humbuckers in it, but I was just thought it just wasn't quite there.
It didn't sound right.
With the P90s in this thing, it's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this guitar is just fantastic. Flippin-tastic. I loves it. So yeah, so that was what I did Sunday afternoon, was rewire a bunch of pickups.
Yeah. In hollow bodies, no less.
In hollow body, so there's a reason we don't have a video of that, because there was lots and lots and lots of cursing. And
We come up with a compromise, folks. You guys have been asking, we want to see Richie do repair videos. But the problem is, there's cursing involved, and we don't like the cursing on the channel. So
I might start doing repair videos on my channel, since there's nothing there anyways, and people are subscribing to it. I kind of feel bad. It's like, I want to send a person message and be like, unsubscribe, there's nothing here!
unless you want to see like his old band.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think most of the Vatican Assassins albums up on there, along with 2 unreleased tracks, which are actually probably 2 of the better tracks that we ever did, but anyway. I think there's an old video of Drowning Not Waving playing live at the Legion for a friend of ours' birthday party. There might be a video of me snowboarding way back in the day. We set up a little mini park in my girlfriend's parents' backyard. But yeah, short of that, there's nothing subscribe worthy on there. But I might start doing repair videos of me cussing.
People are giving options like put your audio on delay with a mute button.
No,
It'll just be more along the lines of Dave's
that'll
World of Fun
just make
stuff.
for more cursing. I'll get the thing muted. And
Cursing Canadian Guitar Repairman, starring Richard. Yeah, so he's basically a younger version of Dave's World of Fun stuff.
I was thinking about actually doing it live too, but then I don't know, that might be a little extra frustrating.
Well, do you want to? I've done
what are you doing
repairs
right there?
live.
That doesn't look like the right thing to do. But well, piss off then and quit watching. See?
But then again, they save you, like when you're doing a setup in a restring, and I put the strings on a guitar, and it was Dry Heat, I believe, 480. We don't know who's watching tonight, if you're watching the replay. Says, I thought you were going to oil the fretboard. Oh yeah, pull the strings back around, oil the fretboard.
Yeah, that's what I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do there.
See, Todd Flowers knows gooched. Exactly, gooched. Richard's world of unfun stuff. Yeah, that'll be nothing but working on hollow bodies where you got to fish stuff through the F-hole. Just curse in shorthand. And then Bruce just says, very cool.
Yeah.
So there you go.
We'll see what comes.
If you want to subscribe to Richie, you know what? His channel is in the links down below. That's how you get all the subs.
Like I said,
there's a whole bunch of cool channels. Check them all out down below, folks.
You can go check it out. Go listen to the Vatican Assassin stuff. It is what it is. It's nothing like super fantastic. But, well, I mean, one of them is. One of them's a song I'm really proud of. But other than that,
There's some good stuff.
one of them I'm really proud of. I think it's one of the best things I've ever written. But anyways.
Hey, GTV.
Yeah, there may be repair videos coming up soon.
Casper Boo won the Super Badass Distortion or whatever it's called.
Fixing. And
Cursing.
perhaps even interaction. I'm not even sure if I'm going to go that far, but I might.
I'm just waiting for that notification. Richie's live. WTF.
What's he fixing?
Well, if you do, go on the iPad, because if you have problems, you can at least add moderators if you're live. You can't do it on Android live.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I need is some troll coming on.
Yeah, give me a heads up. Actually, yeah, if you ever decide to go live,
me yelling at him.
shoot me a text.
F off! Get off the damn chat! Try to fix things! You're not helping!
All of a sudden, Richie's got 300 people watching at this rant at the person that they can't see.
All of a sudden, the screen just like goes all crackly for everyone. They're like, what the hell? And he's like, I just punched the damn tablet.
That's me in the chat. Rich just texted me, punched the tablet. The channel is no more.
It was a good run while it lasted, all of 20 minutes.
Wire coat hanger works wonders. Yep.
The one that I actually got the little hack was just the way it's wired. Because the guy who installed the Seymour Duncan that was
Charlie
previously
S.
in the neck did a really nice and efficient job. And he put zip ties and shrink wrap like everywhere. Which unfortunately makes it really difficult to cheat and just sort of like pop one pot out to like do your work. You need to pop at least 3 of them out to get enough slack. So, being the man I am, and I didn't really want to have to fight any more than I had to get that last pot back into the furthest hole away. So I just took I think it might have been a D string. I'm presuming a D because it was pretty skinny.
Mm-hmm.
And I just took a pair of pliers and sort of wedged it in the little spline at the top of the pot. Then pushed it down through, fished it up through the F-hole, and made sure I had left enough string there that I could pull it back through. It went through and it stayed in perfectly fine. I was able to thread the washer over it and pop the string back out, and away you went.
Well, there we are.
But yeah, I was anticipating a bloody nightmare once I realized I had to take out the third pot. I'm like, ah! But it all went together pretty good, nice and smooth, with absolute minimal fighting and fuss. And the humbuckers sound good on the 12 string. It basically sounds back to the way it was when I first bought it.
And what did you do with the original pickups that were? Oh, they went into the Les Paul.
No, the humbuckers, the Zebra ceramic humbuckers and the Beane went to Daver for his Flying V.
Oh. Well, there we are.
Yeah. He's got a set of Zebra Beane ceramic humbuckers.
I think we pretty much covered the bases. We're 8 minutes over on our usual time.
You got plenty of bang for your buck tonight, folks.
Yeah, you got extra bonus content overtime. Yeah.
Well, realistically, you didn't. You got about 2 minutes extra and then like 6 minutes of me ranting about random crap. So
Yeah, but they like the rants.
it balances out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, folks, it's been an absolute slice. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Or possibly on Sunday if I'm home in time to do that hangout. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I don't know who's going to be on. Somebody will be on.
Actually, you know what? I might not, just to spite JJ, because I said I was going to do it last week because he was going to be there.
Yeah, you know how R2 and Bruce felt about that? Yeah, that was, they felt great about that, I'm sure. Like, oh, well, JJ's going to be on.
Yeah, well, they're not in the doghouse now, and JJ is. Worked out plenty good for
Way to
R2.
go away with the wife on a long weekend, eh?
They worked out plenty good for R2 and Bruce, didn't they? Because they're not in the doghouse.
Plus, they got to see a very special guitar off air.
And we all got to see something really awesome, which
We can't talk about. But
when
it
we
was
see
awesome.
things that are awesome, they're awesome.
It's a
You're
once in a lifetime type deal.
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's
Thank you,
very
Dave Nesdall.
Yeah.
So there we are. So, yeah, I think we're good.
On that note,
I hope you're good.
take care.
Thank
Yeah.
you, everyone that participated tonight in the chat. Lots of great questions tonight. That was awesome.
Yes, lots of interaction. Thank you.
I want to thank my mod squad. I didn't really see too much shenanigans in the chats. And, yeah, hold those doors open, let that guy in ahead of you in traffic, do good things, and good things will happen to you. Just ask David Ennis. So until next time, folks, have a great night, rock on, and be good to each other.
Take care.